You gonna give us a count now?
Action.
Right. Hey, Grandma. So I saw your other interviews, and it looked like you gave a ton of your history, basically from birth, before birth, your family, everybody, your kids.
Yeah.
So a lot of like historical review and facts, which I love. But I wanted to the reason why I think we all wanted to interview you is because I think everybody wants or should have a grandma like you. At least we think that. And so I wanted to fill it in with some color a little bit more.
Okay.
So I wanted to start by just kind of, talking about, the things that matter and the things that I admire about you and that have, impacted my life in some amazing ways. So I think the first big thing is that you and Grandpa always kind of exemplified the safe home, solid parents, hardworking, nurturing, clean, organized, playful, and you brought classical music and home cooking and crafts and all that fun stuff to my childhood, all of our childhood. But
yeah, well, it was our privilege.
Yeah. But your house was the safe spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I brought this out because this was one of my childhood go-tos, and it still exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just to kind of fill it in, because I want to share this with my kids, and apparently that's happening now. I'm having kids, so and you're a very unique and special person, and
very humbling,
very wise, and but humble, and everything that you do, and very talented, So I guess my first question is, what kind of what makes you you? What kind of what things do you admire about yourself? What are you proud of?
Well, I think I love people, and I've learned from everybody. Everybody's unique, and they all have, it's a hard thing to discuss today, but it didn't really matter to me what you believed or where you came from. I just wanted to know about you, and so I think people admire that about me. And also, I had big ears but a sealed mouth. And a lot of times people would confide in me, but that's as far as it went. I didn't go, guess what I heard. So I think that was how it actually enriched my life, because of learning from other people.
Yeah. And I think that's where I've learned how to listen to people.
What's that?
I think that's where I've learned how to listen to people and actually play on what other people are saying. And
when you have a heart, you have a heart for them. It's like people don't really care what you say until they know how much you care for them. And so a lot of times you have people come across your path that ask you help just because you're there for them.
Yeah. How has that shown up? Do you have any memories of, why is that something that you developed or that has developed in you, caring for other people?
Well, I think it was, of course, my parents. And my mother had a very hard life. She was one of 9 children, and they were very poor. And her, when I mean poor, they just had a struggle with everything. And so her dad passed away, and her mother, this was in the 1930s, and there was no welfare, no social work, nothing. So her mother gave her a basket and told her she needed to go in the neighborhood and see if she could get some donations of food. So my mother said no, she was not going to the neighborhood with a basket. She was in 8th grade. She quit 8th grade, went to a restaurant uptown, went to work. She was 8th grade. I don't know what age that would be, maybe 14 or something, 15.
Yeah.
And she was really cute, small and really cute. And she was always known for her high heels. It was a small town, and they said they could hear Pearl going to work in the morning because her heels clicked on the sidewalk. But anyway, she became the chief cook and bottle washer there, and it was in a railroad town. So I think the way that she came up, she wanted to make sure we had it different, and cared for people. So, and my dad was the same way. They were just very nurturing people, caring people, and hard work people.
Yeah.
And one thing my mother always, if somebody was handicapped or had a problem, she always made sure that I knew you complimented them. You didn't put them down because of whatever problem they had, you know. And then what was kind of interesting about that is I ended up in that kind of situation where I needed people to encourage me instead of putting me down, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot with my parents. And then I had a loving brother too. So.
And the other thing I want to get to in a minute is your faith. But I think that the other thing that kind of stuck out in your story, obviously, is like you've been through a lot of hard things.
Yeah.
That, you know, just, you know, a few seconds difference and there would be a completely different outcome.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And so, and I think we've been through, you know, losing our dad at a young age.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think those hardships are the things that shape people.
Right.
And maybe that's why you're such a colorful person and have been so resilient through so many different things.
Well, when I was born, my mom and dad were hard workers. They were busy, and they weren't against God. They just didn't have time to go to church and whatever. So when I was born, there was a couple of ladies in a little church there in town. They visited people who had new babies. So it was Pearl and Evelyn, and they came to visit my mom, and they said, "Do you plan on raising this child without God in your life?" And so that's when they really took it serious. So they went to church, accepted Jesus as their Savior, and Mama, I can't tell this. I had to be younger than 5 because my brother was born when I was 5. But my earliest memories is kneeling beside my mom at night by the bed and praying. That's just what they did every night. And so I did it too. You know, that's just how so then when I was about 10, I went up front of church and made Jesus my own. You know, not just my parents. And then was kneeling by the bed thing. I did that for a long time. And when I left home, went to St. Louis, went to work, lived in this place with other women and college girls and stuff. And I had a beautician, she was at beautician school, was my roommate. And I would get down, we had like a dormitory room. We both had our, you know, like beds and dressers and all that stuff. And I'd get down on my knees, and I was 17, and I'd pray. And I kept seeing people peek in the door, and they'd say, she's saying her prayers.
Mm.
And so that kind of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of upsetting to me because I thought they don't understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But I did quit praying on my knees. I found out that God could hear me, you know, flat on my back.
Yeah.
So,
And we've been recently going back to church, which is, you know, just because
Yeah.
like the next thing I'm curious about is revolved around the state of the world right now, and
Yeah.
kind of, you know,
oh yeah,
where we're trying to raise humans in a crazy world, and I want to hear your perspective on your recommendations. Like, what would those things be that you would really impress upon or try to encourage?
well, I think you have to say this is the way our family lives our life.
Yeah.
You know, and just impress on them that you don't need to go with the crowd. You need, you know, follow what we're trying to show you, because that's actually when it says honor your father and mother, that it'll be long that your life will be long on the earth. It's because your father and mother spend their time trying to save your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to honor them. And it doesn't mean that you like them or you love them, you honor them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes things happen with parents that it's hard to show that to them.
Mm-hmm.
But you still need to honor them. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to badmouth them and just have to realize you don't know where they've been and where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like with your children, this is the way we do it at our house.
Yeah. And I, you know, kind of reflecting back to the first, like, kind of instances I was talking about, like when we were at your house, the reason why it was safe is because we were engaged.
Yeah.
Every time we were there, you know, we didn't have phones.
Yeah.
We weren't hopping on the TV. We weren't.
Yeah.
There wasn't any of that.
Yeah.
We were building things. We were crafting. We were
Yeah.
doing things outside. We
Yeah.
were playing badminton. We were painting the house.
You were doing
swinging. Yeah, playing and working, and those are some fundamental things that I think are ingrained in me from being at your house
Yeah.
with you and Grandpa.
Yeah.
And I specifically remember, you know, Grandpa was kind of the stoic.
Oh yeah.
You know, not many words, but
Yeah.
you know, he'd keep you in line.
Yeah.
And then you were always the nurturing one that would be like, you love seeing men at work, and
Yeah.
and then you'd make us come in and eat.
Yeah.
You know, you always made sure that we were eating and
Yeah.
taking a break.
And oatmeal. Are we gonna have oatmeal with the dad?
Yeah. But like those little things have paid off profoundly. Like taking a break from work.
Yeah.
I see patients every day, they don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, people don't know how to take a break
Yeah.
to go eat or nourish themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, is that just a product of the time that you grew up in, where you were like, is that what you did with your parents or your grandparents?
Yeah.
Crafts and
Oh yeah.
hobbies and all things.
Like they were big gardeners, so we were always involved and we had good food growing up because they, you know, worked hard growing the garden and canning it and we were, you know, participating. In fact, my birthday is on April 16th, and I dropped potatoes on my birthday in my dad's garden. He had it all lined up, but I had to drop potatoes because that made him have a good crop. That was his magic word. Had potatoes on my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gardening. We gardened at your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I vividly remember picking cucumbers.
Yeah.
And the peach tree.
Yeah.
You know, like that's. So
Well, and just like my mother, when my brother was preschool and he had a little neighbor friend, I think I've told this story before, but we had apple trees and my mom would get apples about that big and she'd fasten a string to them and my brother said he thinks that she used paper clips, but she made fishing poles and hung those little apples. And put those apples in a tub of water, and then my brother and his friend would fish those apples out. I mean, they would do that. It wasn't like, oh, we're bored, you know. They were busy fishing, which he still does today. Yeah.
And I guess where you're at now, like where are you now in terms of like how are you keeping your spirits up?
Well, I just been diagnosed with stage 4 untreatable breast cancer. And when they told me that, it was like, well, you know, where do we go from here? So it actually took 10 weeks from that diagnosis till they actually did something. But that wasn't, when they told me that, it wasn't like I didn't go off in a panic or something. I just remembered the video that Michael made of me. How many times had God intervened in my situation? So right now, I mean, if I were to die tomorrow, I'm fine. I'm going to heaven. And I have people up there waiting for me. But I really don't want to have stage 4 cancer. And so far, so good. Things are doing better. And instead of losing weight, but how could anybody that eats 2.5 hours, every 2.5 hours lose weight? You know, so, and then as far, I've been weaker, but I just want to stay here and take care of myself. You know, with God's help.
Yeah.
And so I don't really know what kind of surprise I've got. Like I might tell God what I want, but He knows what I need.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I just get what I want.
Yeah.
But not when I want it.
And you're not getting on your knees anymore. But how often are you praying?
What
does prayer look like?
Well, at night when I pray for you, when I pray for other people, it's usually at night in the bed. But I pray all the time. I mean, like I've prayed today. I mean, I pray. It's just when something comes up, I pray. I don't have to get on my knees or use some fancy language or whatever, because God's just there. He's with you everywhere, all the time. So it doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the night or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I even say, oh God, help me find my phone.
Does it work?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Still got it.
I mean, God answers prayers, great big prayers, but He answers little tiny prayers too.
Yeah.
Like even sometimes changing your schedule or finding something that you really have to have, and it's not. I don't believe in coincidences at all. And so.
Yeah. I don't either, and probably for that same reason.
Yeah.
But
it's too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just why live life without some, you know, hope and something
with some help,
something bigger and with purpose.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a lot of purpose in everything that happens.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking about hard things that make us better. It's like, well,
It makes you who you are.
You can zoom out. It's happening to the entire world.
Yeah. Just like when I got the paralysis when I was 15, I didn't say why God, but I thought, what in the world is going on? You know, because I was going to go to college and I was going to be a missionary and a music teacher, and all that just went down the drain. But if I hadn't had that paralysis thing to move me where I wasn't there, it just wouldn't have happened. And Lewis was hit by a car when he was 6 years old. And so what we were thinking was, he's lost a spleen, he's lost a kidney, he's got a limp. What's he going to do with his life? Well, Gayla was taking piano lessons, so we just gave Lewis piano lessons.
Yeah.
And come to find out, in almost the first lesson, the teacher said this boy is a gifted musician.
Yeah, you pass it all to him.
Yeah. But look what it did to his life.
Yeah.
I mean, he spent his whole life in music.
Yeah. And I think, you might not be a professional musician, but I remember you playing piano, and you're a really
Yeah.
talented
Yeah.
pianist.
Yeah.
Way more than I am.
Yeah.
And you can read music, right?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I still have piano. It's in the other room.
Yeah.
But one thing I was going to say too is God didn't have that car hit Lewis. And God didn't give me stage 4 cancer.
Mm-hmm.
We have things happen because sin's in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But God takes those things that seem like drastic parts of our life and uses it.
Yeah.
Makes something good out of it.
Well, and this is what I believe, but I'm gonna see what you think.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're all here to be challenged to grow.
Oh yeah.
Why else would our souls be in our body?
Yeah.
In this world where we feel a lot of pain and discomfort and loss and terrible things.
Yeah.
What else are we here for other than to either make or break, whatever the challenges that we've been sent here to face.
And the challenge to help the next person.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're not here just to live a solitary life of our own.
Yeah.
And another thing is like when you actually help people, it's amazing what it does to you. You know, the more you give, the more you get.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, even just emotionally.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to forget that though. Like, especially
or you get too busy.
Too busy, and it seems like we live in a world where everybody's taking, and and the lack of interpersonal connections and all of that, which I'm networking now and being one-on-one with people all the time. It's like you realize that when you don't have that, you feel it's demoralizing.
Yeah.
It just sucks the spirit and life out of you.
Well, I just heard a good one recently too. This lady said, you can actually help one person at a time. And she said, how many times do you say, well, how are you today? And I said, oh, just fine. And she said, well, that's good. And she'll say, well, how are you doing today? And I'll say, well, okay. And she said, well, how come it's okay and not fine? Well, I mean, she just, it's just a stranger, out in the... So this one lady says, well, I'm having heart surgery next week, and it really, concerned. And she said, well, let's just pray about it. This is two people who don't know each other, nothing. But she did that because the woman said, well, I'm okay. Instead of saying she's fine. So that's what you can do. One, you don't have to know them.
Yeah.
Just know that they have a problem.
Yeah.
They need help.
Yeah, and I think Mike, who's recording right now, my brother, he's especially good at slowing down with people.
Yeah.
We all kind of got different benefits from.
Well, he has a compassion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can feel.
Yeah. But
Stop it, guys! I'm right here.
What do you say?
He's getting embarrassed.
Oh. You better be good over there. Turn your camera off.
The other, some fond memories that I have, which I don't know if you remember these, but it sounds like you seem like you have a very sharp memory of a lot of things.
Gail wishes I didn't.
Yeah.
But,
well, and that's something that a lot of people are scared of not having.
Yeah.
And you've kept it.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that to?
I inherited it.
You inherited it.
My dad, I think he believed things after the day he was born. And then my brother has a really good memory, so we have a good time. But my brother has friends that he says, you can't really discuss these things because they don't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's just a God-given gift that I could remember.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Can I say why?
Why?
Well, you read a lot of books,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You have friends that you call constantly.
yeah,
You have people that you're talking to regularly.
yeah,
You've got your kids,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You're using your mind,
yeah.
right? Do you feel like that's slowing down at all?
No, not really.
Yeah. And it's a hard thing for people to maintain
Yeah,
those things, right?
yeah.
I mean, just reading, people don't read as much anymore.
No, and I don't read as much since I lost my vision in my eye.
Yeah.
But just like last week, I have a friend in a nursing home, and I don't know if you've ever read the book Gifted Hands by Ben Carson.
I think you
He's a
gifted
surgeon,
it to me.
the first surgeon to separate conjoined twins at the head. Well, my friend's in a nursing home, and she gets really depressed, so I sent her that book. She read that book in 2 days. She said, I could not put that book down. She said, I finished that book tonight in 2 days. She said, I finished that book. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just like, things like that just can, other people's story can inspire you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how do you maintain friendships? You just call people up and check in on them all the time, or what is that?
Well, I
look
check
like?
on them, but it's like when you meet somebody and you're interested in them. I mean, you show that you're interested in them.
Yeah.
So then you have a friend,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then, like I said, I have people tell me things. Now remember, your lips are sealed. And I told your mom, I said, when I get in a wheelchair with my tongue hanging out, put me in a padded room, because that sealed lip is probably gonna turn loose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is that your secret? You're a trustworthy.
Well, I don't.
Right.
It isn't a good thing to repeat things that you're not supposed.
Yeah.
If somebody gives you, if you take somebody, like if you have somebody you want to have confidence, you really want them to be. You really want them to be somebody you can have confidence in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not doing it to tell the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that helps with friendship too, is that they know that they can depend on you. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't tell anybody anything, but if it's something that they want you to keep to yourself, you need to do that.
Yeah.
And I also believe everybody needs somebody to unload on.
Mm.
You can't keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You have to have somebody.
Yeah. Well, who's your somebody? I'm just kidding.
He's not somebody.
Who's got their pursed lips?
Probably the biggest was my brother.
Oh, your brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he's a.
That's why we never hear from him.
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
Oh no, that's not true. He loves you guys. Yeah. Yeah.
He's keeping your
In
secrets.
fact, I keep him up on what's going on with you guys too.
Good.
So.
Good.
And then of course your mom and I, we, you know,
Yeah.
mother-daughter stuff sometimes is pretty close too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just to kind of highlight some of the things that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, we'll just go backwards, I guess.
Yeah.
So, being able to keep trust and not gossip about other people or your friends.
Yeah.
I think there was hard work in there somewhere, kindness. You don't need reciprocated kindness to give it.
Yeah.
What were some other things?
I can't think of it now.
Yeah, well, we can go back and pull them out, but just to share with, I think there's a lot of nuggets in there that I want.
Well, another thing to me, it was just like having you guys. It was just like a gift from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It was like so. It was so real, you know. And so we did it, you know, pretty often. And there's things that just like I remember. You were good about going to sleep, and you were kind of heavy. And I had a baby bed that lit side to and let down.
Mm-hmm.
I would
I'm
hardly
still
get
heavy.
you over there, but I'd get you over there asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Now this other one, I just had to put him to bed,
Yeah.
and somewhere along the line he fell asleep. And I've told this before too. I've got a picture somewhere. He's in the corner of the baby bed, like you throw an old dirty dish rag, wet rag in the corner, and he was just all folded up in a wad asleep. And that never did change.
Yeah.
Old dirty dish rag.
What's that? You still do that?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to say or encourage for your future grandkids, great grandkids?
Well, I think, especially as you get to be teenagers, it's like the parents lose their mind. They don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, the parents are trying to protect them because they love them. You know, it's not trying to keep them from having fun or all that kind of stuff. So that's one thing I would emphasize.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, including that one there, was just a gift. I mean, I was a baby lover from the beginning of time. I started babysitting when I was about 11 or 12 years old, but the babies were like across the street or something where my mom. But I mean, I just love taking care of babies.
Mm-hmm.
And and then that's like the thing with Monica. I ended up being a nanny. I got paid to take care of this baby, and it was like kind of heaven. I'd take her to the store and try clothes on her, and when she's, you know, tiny,
Mm-hmm.
and then take the clothes home, and her mom would decide which ones she liked, and it was just like, I mean, I just had a love for babies,
Mm-hmm.
and then not just babies, but you know, then I taught children's Sunday school classes forever, and I could have written can't think of his name now, that told all those little kids' stories, but every age,
Mm-hmm.
including, you know, older people.
Mm-hmm.
And like I thought now, when you see an older person, if they look nice, or if you want to tell them that, because older people don't hear a lot of, you know, go for it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. And you've been fortunate to have your kid take care of you.
Oh yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
take care of your parents.
Yeah. Like Gayla and Ron, of course, when you guys even support me with telephone, you know, telephone calls are fun too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't get to see Lewis a lot, but Lewis talks to me a lot on the phone, and so, you know, we know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I planned to have like 5, I ended up with 2, so God knew that
Yeah.
I could take care of.
You got the right amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more question.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking a lot about Grandpa too when I was just kind of brainstorming questions to ask you. So I was curious, if he was sitting here, what do you think he would say for that last question? What would he want to encourage?
What would he want to encourage?
Yeah.
Not to compromise. He would not compromise. If he thought something was, you know, the way it's supposed to be, you couldn't talk him out of it, shame him out of it. He just stand by what you believe was his main thing.
Yeah.
What's the example of that in your mind?
What's that?
He said, "What's the example of that Grandpa exemplified?"
Well, it's a big one. When we got married, he was in seminary. I call it a nominal church, not like an evangelical church like I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
So we got married and moved to New York, and he was assistant pastor in this church from this denomination. And everything he had dreamed, he had been in their schools from junior high all the way through seminary. And we got there for the real thing. It was just like a country club. And his parents, his whole family had never, anybody ever left his denomination. And so he was reading books about more full gospel stuff, like healing and second coming and all that stuff that his church didn't teach. And so one night he woke me up and he said, and they had been there 6 months in New York. He says, well, I think we're going to have to leave. He said, I'm going to go to Springfield to Bible school. Well, of course, that was really an answered prayer for me because I had never been in such a liberal church in my life as what he was in. So we left the church and went to, he had a Bible school. When he told his parents they were going to fly out here and have him see a psychiatrist because they thought he was losing his mind. But no, he went ahead with what he believed. He didn't compromise. He didn't go along with the family thing. So that was a biggie as far as not compromising.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's a really hard thing to.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, and we just got married. Been married 6 months. We got this terrible thing to go through.
Yeah.
But then we went to Springfield and went to Bible school, and the church gave us, I think, $200 to leave town on. And we got there, and first apartment, the guy I went to school with was in seminary there. He brought us $65 to pay our rent. So after we got there, things just, God just worked things out.
Did
and
you?
We had Gayla, and she was, lit up our life. Yeah.
Did you feel like his parents blamed you at all?
Oh, yes.
Is that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The timing of that, huh?
Yeah, because he really liked my church.
Yeah.
And no, that was not a good thing. Things worked out better after we had Gayla, because there was a baby. His dad was more understanding, but his mother, I don't know if she ever really forgave me. I mean, I know she blamed me, but it was a God thing. It wasn't me. So.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like
You're hitting the wall.
like Cypress.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a.
That was perfect.
Huh?
Yeah, I think that was enough.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, we could.
Well, I appreciate you guys too. I mean, you will never know how you enriched my life.
We love you.
I mean, it was just like, oh my goodness. And so before Gail had kids, Gail said, well, why don't we, his dad passed away and in California. He said, well, why don't we just move here and we'll sell our. I said, no way. I said, we're going to have grandkids in Kansas City. We didn't have any then. But,
Yeah.
I mean, California weather wasn't important.
Yeah. So go where family is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to make a trip.
All right. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Guys.
Yeah.
You zooming in on me? What's happening? Oh, Grandma, I forgot to share my quote.
What's that?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay, let me use the bathroom. Okay?
All right.